next. And now at 5, Judgment Day for O.J. Simpson. The former football star has a chance to walk free after nearly 9 years in prison. A Nevada parole board will hear arguments today about whether to release the one-time South Florida resident from prison.
The former football star is approaching the 9-year minimum of his 33-year sentence for armed robbery involving sports memorabilia dealers. CBS 4's Chris Martinez is at Carson City, Nevada with more.
Lauren and Eugene were told this hearing should last about 35 minutes to maybe an hour. And at the end of the day, O.J. Simpson will learn when and if he'll be a free man.
O.J. Simpson will appear at his parole hearing in Carson City through video conferencing from prison in Lovelock. The NFL Hall of Famer has served nearly 9 years for the armed robbery of 2 sports memorabilia dealers in a Las Vegas hotel room. Today, he'll personally appeal for his release.
Usually what they want to hear is, "I'm sorry."
Legal analyst Lori Levinson has covered Simpson since he was charged and later acquitted of the 1994 double murder of his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ron Goldman.
If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
That murder trial can't be considered by the parole board in this case. They'll instead evaluate Simpson's behavior in prison, his age, and whether he could be a risk to the public.
The board is expected to hear from people supporting Simpson's release, including one of his robbery victims. But experts say board members have likely already made their decisions.
In 2013, the same board granted Simpson parole on some of the charges, but he still needed to serve 4 more years to reach his minimum time behind bars.
How surprised would you be if he was not granted parole?
If he's not granted parole, I think there's going to be a lot of scrutiny on this parole board, and they're going to say you treated him wrong or you treated him unfairly because he was O.J.
If parole is granted today, Simpson could be released in early October.
Friends of Simpson say he has been a model inmate while he's been behind bars, mentoring other prisoners, even coaching some sports teams in prison. All of that will no doubt be mentioned today when Simpson makes an appeal for his release. Reporting in Carson City, Nevada, I'm Chris Martinez, CBS 4 This Morning.
Well, Simpson has been in the public eye for decades, starting with his football career, of course. He won the Heisman Trophy back in 1968 and was the #1 overall pick by the Buffalo Bills the following year. He then retired in '79 and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1985. By 1988, already a huge celebrity appearing on TV shows and commercials, he landed his role in The Naked Gun.
Then on June 12th, 1994, Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman were murdered. 5 days later, the Bronco chase seen all over the country. June of 1995, the infamous moment during his trial when he couldn't put on the killer's gloves, prompting his lawyer to say, quote, "If it doesn't fit, you must acquit." October 3rd, 1995, you remember probably where you were when Simpson was found not guilty. February of 97, the murder victims' families win a civil suit against him. And finally, September of 2007, Simpson commits armed robbery.
And now, of course, the spotlight shining on his legal troubles, bringing us to today's hearing. And you can watch that parole hearing right here on CBS 4, live at 1 p.m.